What's good? It is the 29th of December, and I wanted to talk about how much protein you actually need. And this can apply both to losing fat or gaining muscle. But from my perspective, I generally look at it from losing or building muscle standpoint. But I'm going to share two pieces of research with you guys, and then let you decide on which is the best for you. But before I do that, make sure you press that subscribe button. I'm documenting my journey of getting to $100 a day online. Yes, that's right, $100 a day online. I'm telling you what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, the results I'm getting, and what seems to be the most interesting piece is where I'm making my money and how much I'm making it. So if you would like to follow along, make sure you press that subscribe button as well as that bell notification. That'll tell you every time I post a video. I don't know what could possibly be better than getting notified every time I post a video. Now, with that, let's get back into the video. Okay, so if you are looking to lose fat, there's some interest. So these two, I don't remember which one was from which place, so I'm going to mention both the locations for both of the research, but I don't remember which one came from which place. It was, I think, out of Australia and out of Canada. They did this one study where they took a group of, and some of the minor details, just to whoever has the research in front of them, whoever has the actual research in front of them, some of the minor details, I may not get perfect, so please correct me in the description below, or the comments below, but the gist of it, I plan on getting across. So they did a study, and they took a group of men, they put them through workouts. I think it was 5 or 6 days a week, and they gave them, everything was the same. Everything was ceteris paribus, means just holding everything else constant. And the only thing that they varied was the amount of protein that they consumed. One group consumed 0.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So for what that means is if you're 200 pounds, you consume 100 grams of protein per day. If you're 200 pounds, then the second group had 1 gram, so 200 pounds equals 200 grams. And they wanted to see the effect on fat loss. After the 4 weeks or 6 weeks, they took measurements and everything like that, and the group that had 0.5 grams of protein per pound and went through the workout, I think they lost 5 pounds of fat. No muscle gained, but they lost 5 pounds of fat. That's awesome. Over 4 weeks, and strictly to lose 5 pounds of fat, that's amazing. Now, the group that had 1 gram per pound, they lost 11 pounds of fat. Double the amount of fat, or nearly double if it was 6 pounds, I don't remember, of fat as the other group. That's tremendous. Not only did they lose double the amount of fat as the other group, but they also gained 3 pounds of muscle. So you're like, well, the net difference is 8 pounds versus 5 pounds. That's only 3 pounds net difference between 0.5 grams or 1 gram of protein per pound. This is true. However, the composition changes in the body are tremendous from the standpoint that 3 pounds of muscle was added in 4 weeks. You know, like 75% of a pound per week was added. That's tremendous. So when you factor in the fat loss and actually putting on muscle, then say you maybe lost more adipose tissue in the midsection or legs or wherever it is across the body, 11 pounds of that, and then you put on 3 pounds, maybe half a pound in your upper body, or like a pound to a pound and a half in your upper body, and then a pound to 2 pounds in your lower body. Like, that's tremendous. So you're putting on size where you're going to have a more aesthetically shaped body versus just losing the fat, and you're going to lose the fat more quickly. So that supports at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now, if you want to put on muscle, there's another piece of research, and this is where I don't know if it was out of Australia or Canada again, that had they wanted to see the effects of muscle growth and protein consumption. So they had this similar setup, I think, but their study was maybe like 8 weeks or something. And the data points I don't remember as well as the first one, but it was 1 gram per pound versus 1.5 grams per pound. So again, 200-pound male, 1 gram, so that means you have 200 grams of protein you eat per day versus 1.5 grams per pound, and that means if you're a 200-pound person, you are going to consume 300 grams of protein per day. And you're like, oh my god, that's fucking ridiculous. Who the fuck does that? Well, I do it, and I've been doing it for quite a long time. And you can check out my Instagram or other videos to see the physique update for myself. But let's get down to it. So a lot of the details in this one I completely forgot, but the group that had 1.5 grams of protein, it was very similar. They didn't even look at the fat on this one. They just looked at the muscle, and they gained more muscle than the group that had just 1 gram of protein per pound. So what you can pull away from an actionable standpoint is, depending on your goal, in my opinion, it would be a wise thing to do to hit at least, whether you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to put on muscle, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So, and that's supported by the literature. So depending on what you want to do, at a baseline, you're going to want to start at 1 gram per pound, right? If you want to put on more muscle, then step that shit up. And remember, if you're not getting your results, like, put in the fucking work to figure out what is the issue, right? So if you're consuming 1.5 grams of protein and you're gaining weight, then what does that tell you? Like, just like common sense. Like, don't look it up. Don't go fucking ask some person or your trainer or whatever the case is, and you're putting on weight, but it's fat, right? You're just getting fluffy. You know, that doesn't mean it's the protein necessarily. What it means is that you're eating too much and or you're not having enough activity, right? So you can still consume 1.5 grams of protein and either step up your activity level, maybe throw on 15 minutes of cardio, and you don't have to run for that. You can just literally walk, or cut back on your carbohydrates and or fat. I prefer cutting back on carbohydrates than fat, but that's a personal choice. I don't have any data to back that up, other than how I feel and how I look by cutting back on the carbohydrates. So, and the same thing happens with 1 gram, because I see a lot of people consume, 0.5 grams or less, or sometimes like 0.7 grams if they think they're getting a lot of protein, and it's just not even, you know what I mean? If somebody's 175 pounds and they're getting I get 130 grams of protein per day. Okay, cool. Well, that's not anywhere near 1 gram per pound. So step up your shit. If you actually want to achieve your goal, put in the fucking work and take action towards reaching your goals. Like, I don't give a shit if you reach your goals. Like, if it's what you truly want, then, like, I'm happy to help guide you in terms of how to get there. But all I can do is just put out information on here. You're the one who actually has to go put in the work in the kitchen in terms of the diet as well as in terms of the gym. Anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button. Also, if you want to support the channel, other than pressing the subscribe button, which if you haven't done, you make sure you do it now. There's a link in the description for Amazon Associates. That essentially tells Amazon that I sent the traffic there, and it takes a little bit of that profit that Amazon would get and gives it to me. So far, I think I've made about $22 from Amazon Associates, and they have sold about $350 worth of items. So as you can see, that's a very small amount, like 5-6% of the total sales volume in terms of the amount that I get from that. So if you have any purchases that you need to make from Amazon, that would be awesome if you'd use my link, and I would appreciate that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.